are you classed as a small or large employer? If you are an employer with a pay bill of more than £3 million, you're required to pay the apprenticeship levy and will be classed as a large employer. You'll receive funds through the apprenticeship service to spend on training and assessing your apprentices. If you're an employer with a pay bill of less than £3 million per year, you will be classed as a small employer. This means that you will get funding from the government to pay towards training and assessing apprentices. The amount of funding you get depends on the number of employees you have and the apprentice you're hiring. You'll need to pay the apprentice's salary, which will be the least hourly minimum wage rate for their circumstances. You can calculate this using our apprenticeship calculator on this page. Employers with fewer than 50 employees. If you're an employer with fewer than 50 employees, the government will fund all the apprenticeship training costs up to the funding band maximum if, on the first day of the apprenticeship, the apprentice is between 16 and 18 years old, or 15 years old if the apprentice's 16th birthday is between the last Friday of June and the 31st of August, between 19 and 24 years old and has an Education, Health and Care EHC plan provided by their local authority or has been in the care of their local authority. Sharing apprenticeship costs with the government. If you have at least 50 employees or your apprenticeship does not meet the criteria above, you'll share the apprenticeship costs with the government. This means you'll pay 5% towards the cost of training and assessing your apprentice. The government will pay the remaining 95% up to the funding band maximum. If your apprentice's training and assessment costs more than this, you'll pay the difference. In summary, you're classed as a large levy-paying employer if your pay bill is more than £3 million. You're classed as a small employer if your payroll bill is less than £3 million and you can assess funding support from the government. If you have less than 50 employees, you can get 100% of the training funded if the apprentice meets the criteria detailed earlier in this video. If you have more than 50 employees, you pay a 5% contribution to the training. Use our cost calculator to work out the cost of training and hiring your next apprentice.